Welcome to This Explainer. Okay, if you've been anywhere near the tech world lately, you absolutely know that cyber threats are just skyrocketing. It's wild. Organizations are literally facing thousands of attacks every single day. They are under constant siege, and because of that, they are desperately hunting for frontline defenders to protect their digital infrastructure. What's really fascinating is that this demand has created a massive opportunity, particularly in tech hubs like Hyderabad with its booming global capability centers. So today, we are unpacking the ultimate career blueprint to hack your way into a highly lucrative new cybersecurity career as a Security Operations Center, or SOC, analyst. And we're going to draw our insights directly from the SOC Masters training program. Let's get into it. Okay, let's dive right into our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the cybersecurity frontline. Then explore the SOC Masters program. Cover the essential tools and skills you need, break down career growth and salaries, and wrap up with certifications and job placement. Section 1, the cybersecurity frontline. You know, the reality of today's digital landscape is that it is no longer a matter of if a company will be targeted, but when. And that is exactly where you come in. You are the defender. A SOC analyst is literally the frontline guardian of an organization's digital infrastructure. You'll work as part of the blue team. Your job? Continuously monitoring systems, investigating security alerts to separate real threats from those annoying false positives, and responding to incidents to limit any actual damage. You're going to rely heavily on SIEM platforms. That's security information and event management tools. Think of these as the ultimate digital security camera system for a company's network. They help you catch attacks early. And what's really fantastic here is that an entry-level L1 SOC role is one of the absolute quickest, most accessible ways to break into a cybersecurity career. To really understand how to make that leap, we're going to analyze the SOC Masters training program based in Hyderabad. They have successfully trained a small army of over 2,000 students, which right out of the gate establishes incredible credibility when it comes to taking total beginners and shaping them into job-ready professionals. And get this might be the most surprising part. This total transformation does not require going back for a 4-year degree. No way. The entire journey from complete beginner to a job-ready SOC analyst is distilled into a super-focused, intensive 3-month duration. But don't let that short time frame fool you. Those 3 months aren't spent just sitting around reading textbooks. The program demands over 15 hands-on labs. This is a vital detail because hiring managers, they honestly don't care about theory. They want to know you can actually perform the tasks on live consoles. Which brings us to Section 2, the SOC Masters program. Let's see how this curriculum is actually built for true operational readiness. I found their core philosophy here to be absolutely crucial. You are learning from active practitioners with real SOC and incident response experience. No slide readers here. The instructors at SOC Masters bring over 20 years of industry experience right to the table. You are literally learning the exact same frameworks that enterprise blue teams rely on every single day out in the real world. Let's move along and see how this builds week by week. It is a highly structured 5-phase roadmap. You kick things off in weeks 1 and 2 with AI-assisted alert triage, basically understanding how to cut through all the noise generated by machine learning models. Then in weeks 3 through 5, you get totally hands-on with SOC operations and those SIEM tools we talked about. By weeks 6 to 8, you're deep drilling into detection and the full incident response lifecycle. Weeks 9 and 10, that's when they introduce proactive threat hunting using the industry-standard MITRE ATTA-CK framework. And finally, weeks 11 and 12 bring the whole shebang together with a real-world capstone project, certification prep, and placement. You actually defend a full SOC scenario, and that becomes the absolute centerpiece of your portfolio. Now, a super fascinating part of this curriculum is Module 13, which pits the red team versus the blue team. Think of this like a giant game of chess. To be a great defender on the blue team, you have to understand exactly how the attacker on the red team thinks, right? By learning the offensive tactics and tools used in penetration testing, you become a dramatically better, far more proactive defensive analyst. And speaking of tools, let's jump into Section 3, Essential Tools and Skills. Because look, when you walk into an interview, the hiring manager wants to see a heavy-hitting, enterprise-grade arsenal on your resume. This program covers an incredibly robust tech stack. You'll master Command Center SIEMs like Microsoft Sentinel, Splunk, and IBM QRadar. You'll be using tools like Wireshark and Snorent to act as a digital detective inspecting network traffic. And you'll even dabble with Kali Linux, Burp Suite, VirusTotal, Nmap, and that MITRE ATT&CK framework to map out exactly how hackers behave. Now, you might be wondering, and this is the million-dollar question we see all the time on this slide, Is coding required to become a SOC analyst? Emphatically, no. You absolutely do not need a background as a software developer to start this journey. Just basic computer and networking knowledge is plenty to get you going. However, while coding isn't required to start, learning a few specific languages makes you so much more effective, and the program will teach you these totally from scratch. You'll learn some Python to automate those boring, repetitive tasks. You'll pick up Bash and PowerShell for navigating system logs. You also learn critical querying languages like Splunk's SPL and Microsoft's KQL to search through literally millions of logs in seconds. You'll even learn to write regex and Yara rules are amazing. They're essentially like creating digital wanted posters to hunt down specific malware.
We also definitely have to address the modern reality of the workplace, artificial intelligence. In today's SOC, AI is heavily used to handle the sheer volume of alerts and cut through the daily noise. But here's the catch. AI augments the role. It doesn't replace the fundamentals. Validating AI-generated findings, checking for false confidence, and making that final critical call, that still absolutely requires a highly trained human eye.
All right, Section 4, Career Growth and Salaries. Let's talk about the ROI here. What does this actually mean for your bank account? And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what that looks like. The progression available in this field in India is incredibly transparent. As a trainee or a fresh L1 analyst with 0 to 2 years of experience, you're looking at an estimated 3.5 to 8 lakhs per annum. But notice the trajectory here. As you gain hands-on experience and move up into L2 or L3 roles, like becoming a threat hunter within your first 4 to 7 years, that salary jumps to 10 to 18 LPA. Stick with it for a decade, and as a SOC manager or head of SOC, your earning potential scales all the way up to 25 to 40 plus lakhs per annum. It is a highly defined, upwardly mobile path. So where are these jobs hiding? Everywhere, honestly. IT services, product companies, banks, healthcare, they all need security. But uniquely advantageous right now is the massive local hiring boom happening in Hyderabad's Global Capability Centers, or GCCs. These are places where global multinational companies are building huge local tech hubs. Organizations are expanding their security teams at breakneck speed, meaning highly compensated security operations hiring is happening super aggressively right in your backyard. Finally, Section 5, Certifications and Job Placement. How do we actually bridge the gap between finishing the course and signing that offer letter? Well, while a certificate alone isn't a magic ticket to getting hired, having globally recognized credentials strengthens your profile tremendously. The curriculum aligns with major industry standard exams like CompTIA Security Plus and CISA Plus, the Microsoft SC200, the EC Council Certified SOC Analyst, and Cisco CyberOps. To ground this in reality, the exam fees range from about 14,500 to 37,000 rupees, and they mostly carry a 3-year validity. Think of these as a very strategic investment in your resume. So, the crucial point is the support system you get to actually land the job. SOC Masters offers a robust 6-pillar placement assistance program. They don't just teach you the tech, they help you build an ATS-friendly resume to get past those annoying automated hiring filters. They optimize your LinkedIn profile. They provide integrated internships on real-time projects so you actually have practical experience to discuss in your interviews. And, crucially for beginners, they run mock technical and HR interviews to calm those nerves right alongside direct placement drives. And honestly, the system works. Just look at graduates like Surinder Suri, who noted that the real-time projects and internship gave him the exact practical experience needed for the job market. The proof is right there in the placement. So, we've walked through the fast-paced 3-month roadmap, the essential enterprise SIEM tools, the lucrative decade-long salary progression, and the end-to-end placement support. With cyber threats at an absolute all-time high and a clear, accessible blueprint laid out right in front of you, are you ready to become the